purely for aesthetics. So what do we have with our women in all the places that I have forenamed? We have an explosion of our women having their entire reproductive systems removed because they suffer from fibroids. Fibroids has become the #1 affliction for black women. And why is this? If we look at the progression and rise in fibroids, we can see direct correlations with the rise in stop again so we can have a look around while I talk. We can see the rise in overconsumption of fast food. Even if our women reside in the so-called West, we see a change, a drastic change in what was the indigenous diets of our people for slavery captivity, and we see this decoupling of that and move into the diet of the corporate food system. Additionally, especially in the States, and this is really happening all over, but in the States in particular, we see this belief and acceptance and overindulgence of what has come to be known as soul food. Foods rich in bad fat or bad oils, seed oils, fried food, highly processed sugars that are being consumed daily. Our bodies are not designed to process high levels of fat, we are not made up that way. Our white counterparts generate a lot of heat. They're what we can refer to, for lack of a better term, though it's really not such a thing, their metabolic rate allows them to always be in a state of heat. This is why it's easy for them to function in the cold without issue, unless it becomes extremely cold. For us, our bodies are built and were made genetically to keep us cool. so we don't generate a lot of heat. When our diets move away from what works with that genetically, we're going to have problems, bad problems, especially if we're sedentary. Our bodies cannot deal with it. Many of our women eat late. They're out late at night eating, McDonald's, wherever they may be, drinking, and other types of things that are not productive to how the body should function. So, everything will break. Coupled with that is poor sleeping habits that work against the natural rhythm of things. Stop again so you can look around. We are approaching mile 2 of the run. That will be the turnaround point. And so it becomes a fight against what is natural and what is not. And so when you hear about health disparities, whether it's in the US or elsewhere, there really is no such thing. What it comes down to is the adoption of a lifestyle that is deadly. And how this may become hereditary is not that these conditions, in respect to the dis-ease that is caused, is passed on to an offspring, to a child, but rather that the lifestyle practices get passed on. And so the cycle repeats itself. So what we have is are people dying younger and younger. You see younger children with diabetes, type 1 and 2, females with diabetes. So what needs to be done? Well,